So Elon Musk gave a TED talk as well, and this was all this stuff was breaking. It's just things going on, and you watched this. I didn't have a chance to. It was this morning, and it started with an interview.
Yeah, I was live today at a TED event, and there were two interviews. There was one that was pre-recorded at the Giga Texas factory, I believe, and then there was a longer interview where it was live. And it was at a really, I guess, convenient moment because it was the moment where right before Elon kind of tweeted about buying Twitter. So that was the first question. Twitter, why'd you buy it? Or why'd you put a bid on it?
You're making it sound like this was all planned out. Will, is that what you're saying to me right now?
I mean, it could be. Who knows at this point? Internet stuff. And there was a really good conversation, and I took some notes on it. They talked a lot about Tesla and how, Tesla being the most shorted.
Yeah. Somebody wants, hang on one second. Somebody wants a clarification here in the chat about the Kingdom Holding Company. Yeah, in all caps. I know he's talking about the Kingdom Holding Company, but it's called the Kingdom Holding Company. So I think shots fired still, all right? We got it. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, Tesla being the most shorted stock ever. And yeah, how he dealt with like the SEC on his back. And obviously talking about Twitter, and he had like a really nice point in terms of like why he wanted to buy Twitter. He said that free speech is like true free speech is when someone you don't like say something that you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just kind of like it kind of paints a picture of what it should be, right? We kind of want Twitter to be a place where everyone can have a dialogue. Everyone can have a voice. And the things that are maybe more prominent should be surfaced.
Are you talking about Elon's point of view or your point of view?
Twitter. Twitter's like ethos.
Sure, but I'm saying, is this your point of view that it should be completely free, zero moderation? Or are you talking, did Elon say that?
Elon said that, and I agree with him.
Both your point of view.
Yeah.
So what would moderation look like in that scenario? What about doxing?
It would be
shout out Captain off, shout out Jesse.
I would imagine it would be kind of like a Reddit system. Things would be downvoted, upvoted.
But I mean, on Reddit, you can totally...
And obviously there's bots and stuff, and
yeah,
that's what he wants to improve the Twitter algorithm to also, detect.
I still think you got to have some rules. Like I'm all with the freedom. I'm all with it. But there's a couple of examples that you can use to showcase why there is still some pretty serious responsibility that comes from being in charge of the town square, like picking up the trash and whatnot in the town square, so people can talk. I'm just saying. And there's there's all kinds of mechanical components that would have to be addressed. But I think you got to have some type of program in place.
And you're talking about mechanical, which is a good point, because he doesn't want permanent bans. He wants temporary suspensions.
Suspensions, I agree with that.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I'm a much bigger fan of suspensions than banning. I agree with that. And somebody just mentioned that U.S. law also stipulates certain things as far as moderation and so forth. So they're going to have to do something. But I don't know that the far end free speech types are going to like that.
Yes.
Because the way it's being phrased and the type of people that attach themselves to this particular conversation, the word free is pretty free. It's a big word. And so everyone sits around and watches and will poke holes anytime something.
Yeah.
Especially when it's one man you can point at and be like, oh, oh, look at that. This was moderated. This one comment, which may have affected you negatively for XYZ, something along these lines. You hear me, Will?
Yep.
Very difficult.
Yeah, Twitter has like a huge face if Elon buys it.
Huge target.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bigger than Dorsey, I would imagine. Because Elon actually, has a big impact on his tweets.
Oh, we have an update on the Kingdom Holding Company. They say the date of the original tweet stating 5.2% ownership was from 2015. It could be a much bigger stake at this point. So maybe that question wasn't shots fired. Maybe it was a little shots fired, but then also actually tell me what the stake is. Okay, fine. I feel like he could figure that out anyways.
Sure, yeah. Well, go check out the TED Talk. It's actually quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's about an hour long. And I think they're going to release it after this event, which is hopefully coming to an end soon.
What do you mean release it? It looks like you can go watch it right now.
Oh, well, this one I feel like is... Yeah, I mean, I guess you can watch it. This one, I think, is pirated, maybe.
Oh, that's a real channel. Bloomberg put it up. Yeah. Well, come on.
Well, I don't know. TED Talks said that they were going to release it, but I guess you can watch it on Bloomberg.
Okay. Or wait for TED to publish it. Whatever suits you. But check out Elon making moves, man. Like these huge offers. He putting this kind of cash on the line, and then he's like, I got a TED Talk to do today as well. Like, imagine his calendar. Jeez. You imagine his calendar, Will? Compared to hostile takeovers, go for the TED Talk, build some cars. Meanwhile, Mo's like, I got to leave early.
Yeah.
Shout out, Mo. Appreciate you, man. Shout out Evergame Studios as well. Yeah, Elon's coming on the show soon. Don't worry. Who's this TED guy anyway?
Mm-hmm.
I only know about this show. I don't know this TED guy. That's a joke, Will.
Yeah.
Shout out Ted Beers.
I guess there's a follow-up with the Elon Jet guy.
Right.
Tim Sweeney.
Right. That's really what this is all about.
Yeah.
This whole $43 billion thing.
Just to thwart his ability to...
Yeah, it's all about getting rid of Elon Jet.
Yeah.
He was pissed about it that it didn't go his way. He made a $5,000 offer, which was denied. And then he said, I'll just buy the whole platform and boot you off.
43 billion.
Oh my God. Yeah, it only cost me 43 billion, but what do I care anyways? I live a simple life.
Yeah.
Oh no, the team behind the popular Twitter account that tracks Elon Musk's private jet reacts to the billionaire's proposal to buy the company.
It's just straight up, oh no.
Yeah, like, is that kid free speech? You see what I'm saying here, Will? You see what I'm saying here? That's why I brought up doxing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool. Nobody, but I don't know. In the town square, if someone wants to come into the town square, which now is the internet, and start shouting about where one guy they don't like lives, where's the line?
Yeah.
What about inciting violence? What about suggesting that a large group get together and do something to that guy after finding his address? You see, well, I'm just, hey, man,
it's complicated.
You see what I got to do. You see what I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I got to do.
It's a hard job.
If I'm going to put a whole wire and put a whole microphone, then I got to do it. Both of it, I got to go there.
A whole wire? What?
The cable.
Oh, okay.
There's a whole cable. It runs all the way back to the audio interface over there.
Yeah.
There's a microphone here. So the responsibility is to represent the entire picture, the whole difficulty associated with it. It's not clear, Will. It's nuanced. It's a gradient. It's not clear. Jack Sweeney runs the Twitter account, Elon Jet. Well, he came on the show. We had no problem getting Jack Sweeney. Elon's next. Sweeney reacted to the news by tweeting, oh no. That's it? The whole tweet was just, oh no?
Yes.
Wow. I guess everyone knows what he's talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Probably good for Twitter, but probably not me. LOL. That's such a Jack Sweeney type of tweet, isn't it? I mean, if he really wanted to, then he could shut me down. Well, yeah. It was kind of not surprising. It's Elon Musk. He's the jokester of Twitter.
The jokester.
I guess he is, among other things. He has 402,000 followers at this point, so he's been blowing up. But, yeah, I would have to assume he'd be one of the first targets. However, again, it would have to be within some sort of policy. or else everybody's going to say, hey, misuse. Misuse of the power, wielding the staff of power, the wand of power, the wizard wand of power of the Twitter.
Of the wizarding world?
Yeah, imagine the Twitter ban hammer. Like, it's stressful enough having a ban hammer in like one chat, like this one. Imagine having the power of the Twitter ban/suspension hammer. God, I don't want it. Don't hand it to me. Don't hand it to me. And even if you gave it to me, I would need some kind of policy which is so clear that I'm just like, it's right, there's the line. That's the line. We created the line. We created the rules. I got to give some shout outs because there's a bunch of super chats coming in. Shout out to Daddy Beaver. And there's one more up there.
Jerome Miller.
Shout out to everybody. Really appreciate the super chats because we're getting copyright strikes anyway. So
I'm just playing Drake.
This show runs on super chats, all right? You guys already know that.